You walked in for one thing. You left with a full cart, a great deal, and absolutely no memory of deciding to buy half of it. That's not an accident. Stores are engineered, often down to the inch, to steer your decisions without you ever noticing it happening at all. Today we're breaking down 6 of the most common tricks retailers use on you, how each one actually works on your brain, and how to spot them before your cart quietly fills up past what you meant to spend. None of these require you to be careless. They're built to work on careful shoppers too. Let's start with the one that makes you feel smart for picking the obviously better option. Decoy pricing. You see 3 sizes, small for $4, large for $8, and a medium for $7.50. That medium option barely exists to be bought. It exists purely to make the large look like a steal by comparison. Your brain isn't great at judging value in isolation, but it's excellent at judging relative value. And stores exploit that gap by placing one intentionally weak option right next to the one they actually want you to pick. Once you notice the pattern, it shows up everywhere, from streaming subscription tiers to combo meals at a drive-thru window, always nudging you toward the middle to top option, regardless of what you actually needed. Next, one that manufactures pressure out of thin air. Scarcity timers. Only 2 left in stock. Sale ends in 4 hours. These triggers tap directly into loss aversion, the psychological reality that the fear of missing out hits harder than the pleasure of gaining something ever does. Many of these countdowns reset the moment you refresh the page, and that 2 left label sometimes has nothing to do with actual inventory at all. The urgency is often manufactured specifically to shut down the part of your brain that would otherwise stop, slow down, and comparison shop before buying, replacing careful thought with a rushed, reactive decision you make in seconds flat. Number 3 is the one that seems to lose the store money until you understand the strategy behind it. Loss leader products. That absurdly cheap rotisserie chicken or the milk price below cost isn't a mistake. It's bait. Stores deliberately sell certain items at a loss because it gets you through the door. And once you're inside, you're not just buying that one item, you're buying everything else on your list too, at full margin. The loss on one product is simply the cost of getting your entire cart into the building in the first place, and the store comfortably makes it back many times over on everything surrounding it on the way to the register. That's why the cheap item almost always sits at the very back of the store. Fourth is the one you never consciously notice, because it's designed that way on purpose. Store layout and flow. Milk and eggs are almost always placed at the back, forcing you to walk past everything else just to grab your essentials. Aisles are designed to slow your pace, and high-margin impulse items sit at eye level, right where your gaze naturally lands without any real effort. Even the direction most stores force you to walk, typically counterclockwise, has been tested extensively, because most people spend more time browsing to the right than to the left, and that small bias adds up across millions of shopping trips every single day, quietly shaping what feels like a completely free choice. Number 5 looks so small it barely registers, and that's exactly the point of it. Charm pricing, the classic $9.99 trick. Your brain processes numbers left to right, so $9.99 registers almost instantly, closer to $9 than to $10, even though the actual difference is a single cent. That tiny visual gap between $9.99 and $10 measurably increases how likely people are to buy, purely because of how the price is written, not because of what it actually costs you at the register. Retailers have tested plain rounded prices against charm prices for decades, and the charm price reliably wins nearly every single time across nearly every category of product. And finally, the one that works through guilt more than through logic. Free sample reciprocity. That sample table isn't generosity. It activates a deeply wired social instinct. When someone gives you something, you feel a subtle pull to give something back in return, even to a total stranger behind a counter. Walking away without buying anything after accepting a free sample creates a small, uncomfortable sense of imbalance, and stores count on that discomfort nudging you toward the register, even for something you never planned to buy in the first place. The same instinct is why a free trial period so often quietly ends in a purchase nobody consciously decided on until the receipt shows up. 6 tricks, 6 different psychological levers, all quietly steering the same underlying decision. Spend more than you originally planned to spend. None of them are illegal, and most of them are honestly clever marketing. But knowing the mechanism behind each one is usually enough to break its grip on you the next time you shop somewhere new. A short list written before you walk in the door works better than willpower alone ever will, because it gives your brain something concrete to check against instead of reacting in the moment. Which one gets you every single time? Tell us in the comments. And if there's a trick we didn't cover, drop that one too. Subscribe. There's more nobody's telling you.